I really need to stop hunting for gear. I've got it all organized. I'm a very organized person. I'm a Virgo. Let's get right into it. That's stupid. Hey, it's MJ. Today, we are comparing the ZEISS BATIS 85mm f1.8 and the Sony FE 85mm 1.8. That's a lot of numbers and a lot of words and a lot of acronyms and a lot of German. 85mm is one of my favorite focal lengths. It's that perfect focal length for beautiful portrait shots because it makes your face look how your face looks, and in some cases even better. Both of these lenses have incredible features that are beneficial in one way or another. The FE 85mm has this incredibly convenient autofocus, manual focus toggle switch. This is something that is perfect for run and gun situations. One thing I really love about this is the focus ring. I come from the world of cinema lenses, so I really enjoy having that slightly more cinema style feel to it. It's something that just feels natural to me and is a feature that I really love about this lens. Now, the ZEISS BATIS has no manual features on the body of the lens itself. All it has is the focus ring. The focus ring is super cool. It's sort of this rubbery thing that feels really good in the hand. Of course, this has that beautiful tulip design that just looks gorgeous. It's super sleek on the camera. One thing that the BATIS does have, and the entire lineup has, is this really cool LED screen at the top of the lens. It's so cool that you never ever use it. Now, that's not to say that it's not useful. I have used it once or twice when doing documentary style setups on my 24mm, because that way I can actually see kind of where I am in terms of having to match up my subjects. Personally, I would much rather have manual focus toggle and something set up kind of like the FE. All right, let's jump right into the photos. So this first one is a picture of my dresser, and so you're welcome for the dust here. So throughout the whole thing, we'll put the FE here on the left and we'll put the BATIS on the right. Just keep it consistent. I'm not gonna do the guessing game. Just want you guys to know exactly what we're dealing with. Now for this one, I didn't really do a side-by-side. I kind of did a split screen. I want to see how well they matched up, and if you're looking straight at it, it looks like the same picture. And Mr. Hambones. Now here's one you can see just a little bit of difference. Now I shot this one at f5.0, so you got a little bit, you got some great depth of field though here with the ISO at 200. Obviously didn't get him, the pose isn't quite the same. Here's that wrangling thing. I'm always shooting 4-year-olds and dogs, so there's a lot of wrangling going on. So I'm just surprised I was able to get the camera up and in my hands fast enough to get these off. But both great pictures. And well, hang on, let's be, real quick, just if I talk about the picture being great, it's because I'm referring to the great camera and the great lens, not the great handler. I really I'm working on it. I'm getting there, but let's just be clear about that. But either way, I think the BATIS has a little bit of an edge on this one here. And then here we go, Spider-Man. This was my favorite one to take. I've never done pictures of toys before, and this was really fun. I'm gonna have to do more of this kind of stuff. And so here's another one. At first glance, you can see the BATIS is just popping right out. Shooting this one wide open, ISO at 100, so it's just really killer how well the FE does versus the BATIS, but the BATIS is doing a little bit better. I like the bokeh a little more, although that might be the tree waving in the sunlight a little bit more. But you're not doing bad with either lens, but I think the BATIS is just definitely edging it out a little bit here. And now here's my pal Alex. Now, I mean, the sun was almost down at this point. So, and I shot this in S-Log2. I wanted to get as much color depth as possible, but also just kind of see what both of these could do at that low light that the A7 III is so good at. And I think they're both amazing pictures. Again, lens and camera, not the operator, but I think the BATIS definitely edges out the FE on this one quite a bit. And now this photo, what's cool about, we actually shot this, I mean, you can see the sun is down here. I mean, you just get a little bit here by me. It's pretty much down at this point. It's really down by the time I was taking a picture with the bodice. But here we are, wide open at f1.8, and I think that both lenses are just great. Now this one's a challenge because the pose, the composition of the FE is a little bit better than the bodice, but I think when you're really looking at them in terms of picture quality, I think the bodice is still edging out the FE. Ultimately, there is virtually no difference between these two lenses in terms of the picture quality that you're getting in photo and video. So really it just comes down to a couple of factors. One is the price. The FE comes in at about $600, whereas the bodice is right around $1,000. Now that $400, if it's worth it to you as a filmmaker and as a photographer to have that slightly more contrasty, poppy, ZEISS-y look, then it is well worth the extra $400. I want to just smush them together and make one perfect lens, although. So there's a high likelihood that I might be doing that one next. Which one of these am I going to keep? The answer is both, at least for now. But I will say that the ZEISS is definitely the better lens in terms of picture quality, in terms of that contrast, and that ZEISS look is a real thing. So with that, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this review. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate all the comments and all the questions, both here and on Instagram. You guys are amazing. I love hearing from you, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these very, very soon. In the meantime, grab something, put it in your hands, and go out and be creative.
The future is now.